Now in the studio, I have some more young men from the California Credit Union, who are going on the state 9th annual KHTS trip to Sacramento. So you guys are part of this really wonderful, wonderful, wonderful trip. And I have Jacob from SCVi, Moises from SCVi, and Ryan, who's a COC student trustee. So Jacob, what grade are you in over at SCVi?
I'm in 10th grade.
You're in the 10th grade. And Moises?
I'm also in 10th grade.
So you guys that's nice. Did you know each other before you got here?
Yes.
I like that. Okay, and Ryan from COC, how long have you been over at COC?
This is my second year, so I guess that put me at a sophomore.
Very nice. What's your alma mater? High school?
Simi Valley High School.
Simi Valley, and you came out here to our fine valley.
Yes.
Thank you for switching over. This trip is really a chance for you guys to be a part of. For me, it seems almost historic that you get to go to the state capitol. You have an opportunity to have your voice heard. And I'm wondering, Jacob, how did this come about for you? What made you interested in being a part of this trip?
Well, I was invited via email.
Okay. But I get invites via email too, like send money to Botswana. I don't do it. What made you decide yes?
As I was reading through the email, I saw that there was this great opportunity to be able to go in front of all these people, and I just thought to myself that it would be an honor to go, and so I decided to accept.
I love that. It's an honor and a privilege. Very nice. Moises, what was the thing that spurred you to do this?
Just meeting new politicians, like what's happening in our valley, what do they do in Sacramento, and just getting a new experience. That I always wanted to go to Sacramento, and knowing like what they do there, and if they just sit there and argue or what they talk about. I
have to tell you, I'm an old lady, and I often wonder what do they do. So when you get back, I want a full report. Ryan, what inspired you to be a part of this trip?
Well, being the student trustee, part of my job description is to be on the COC student advocacy team, and so this would be a great advocacy opportunity,
right.
And it's a great moment in time to not only spend with younger students but other members of the community and talk to them and able to push SCV issues,
now,
not just COC issues.
This is politics and government. Do any of you have plans to possibly pursue this when you get out of school to continue? I mean, I'm sure you'll learn more once you're actually in Sacramento. This is for me, this is not for me. But do you sort of think that might be, Jacob, something that you would be interested in? Just the idea of it even?
Not really.
No?
I have other ideas in mind for...
Since you're going on this trip, you want this opportunity to be in front of people. If you were trapped, say, on an escalator, you've got 47 steps down to the bottom floor to catch the ear of someone really important. What's the issue you want to speak to them about? You've got 32 steps. Yes?
I would talk to them about school issues with finances.
Wonderful. That's a very important thing. And I think if I could get someone's ear, that's what I would want. Moises, if you had your opportunity, the elevator doors are closing, you have this one shot to speak to someone important, what would you want to say to them?
Probably with let's see. Just health issues.
Health issues. That's a good one. And Ryan, if you had your chance?
I would love to talk to Governor Brown, and I think it'd be a great opportunity just to talk to someone that high up, and I would love just to talk about what he thinks would be the biggest issue for us college students and high school students to know about.
So you have questions and not so much things to say. So, and what are the things that where you are now in the advocacy program, what are the things that you see that are pretty critical that you might like to bring up and maybe see change or, just have a conversation?
Well, right now we'd like to see, we'd definitely like to see the budget be passed that he proposed, and we'd also like to see a little bit more funding for veterans, especially at College of Canyons. We're understaffed in some of the Veterans Center, and we would like to see some more programs being pushed for students to get out in just 2 years. There's an American Honors program that we'd really like to see go, and it would just just be those kind of issues that would just help get students through the system, help get students funded.
And
That would be the
funding
biggest
and
issue.
help for the veterans.
Yeah,
I think that's
absolutely.
wonderful. Earlier, I'd asked the young men who came in, what was the seed, the thing that kind of inspired them? As far as one young man, it was the debate at the dinner table that his brother and his father they discussed politics. Do you have political discussions in your homes, any of you? Do you, or is it kind of a personal journey that you're going on, or is this something that you're going to bring up with your families and discuss around the dinner table, or have you already?
I mean, for me, I've always been interested in the world around me and what's going on and the issues and how I can impact them. And I've definitely talked to my parents and just friends and what issues they support, what issues they don't support, and just get other people's opinions. And I know for me to get started in this, it was really about making a difference for students at the local level and trying to be a voice as much as possible and not just someone who just fills a spot.
I like that you seem very involved with the community. Is this your future? Is this?
I want to be a youth pastor, so definitely there's a community element, and maybe afterwards. I've always kind of liked the idea of politics and making a difference, but at the same time, I don't think it's my direct calling.
Oh, and Moises, do you come from a family with a lot of siblings, or are there a lot of people around the dinner table to have these discussions?
Well, I talk about it with my dad, how he always brings up topics, the issues that's happening in the world. And we talk about our thoughts and things like what they should do and like for the benefit of everybody.
And Jacob, politics and government, it's all about diplomacy and being very calm. I think you are going to be a great diplomat if you have the opportunity. You're very calm and you listen to everything. I like your nature. Is it something that, do you find personally you have great passion about? If not a future in it, do you find that personally at the local level that you at some point would like to affect change and be part of the local political scene, or at least the civic scene here in your hometown, or wherever you end up, actually? Is that, or is it kind of personal to you? Politics is personal.
I'm not, sorry.
No, it's okay. It's very scary being in front of the microphone. I'm here every day, and I get a little nervous. I'm really happy there's no one else in here. I'm totally staring you down right now, and again, you're a great diplomat. You're handling it very well. But let's say at your school, like you said, Jacob, you and Moises know one another. Have you ever had an opportunity to engage in political or talk about California and the issues? You're going to be on a very long bus ride together, gentlemen. You might want to get a list of questions. I bet you have to sit next to each other because I'd love to get a report back on that. Are you very excited about this trip? Are you looking forward to it?
I'm looking forward to it and all the new experiences I'll be experiencing.
Very wonderful. Well, thank you, gentlemen, for being a part of this.
Yeah,
and
thank you.
I personally think it's incredible that at your age, you're about to get on a bus to our state capital where you actually have an opportunity, one, to learn. That's certainly great, but your voice gets to be heard. And Jacob, you're going to speak up a little more when you get there. Thank you very much for being here. It's very
thank
nice
you.
meeting you.
Thank you.